Hello everyone, I'm going to do something a little bit different today. So I get quite a lot of questions on what gear I use and whatnot. I thought I'd just do a video and just put it all in one video. So yeah, if you're not interested in this kind of thing, then just wait for the next travel video, but if you are, then hopefully this will be fun for you. So what I'm on right now is my phone, which is a Galaxy S8. I actually use this quite a bit, more than I thought I was going to. But this guy right here is the sort of the vlogging setup, if you like. This is the main camera that I use for pretty much everything, filming wise. I do take some pictures on it as well, but this is the one that you all see when I'm recording myself or driving or whatever. It's a Nikon D3200, just because it's small, that's why I like it. So you know, it's easy to carry. It's also easy to be discreet, kind of. Not with this on it, but I can take that off if I need to. But say the main reason is because it's small. The lens. This is the lens that is always on it. It's not an expensive lens. I think the brand is Opteka or something. Yeah. It's an Opteka 6.5mm fisheye. Just the main reason I use that is, like I said before in the videos, because you don't need to worry about framing, because it gets everything. You just have your aperture ring here, which is all manual, and then your focus ring here, which pretty much is either close or infinity. It's normally just on infinity, to be honest, or when I'm walking around I'll put it on like 1.5 there, and then pretty much everything's in focus. But when you see like a bit of video where it's dark or in the cab, if I forget, it's just because I forgot to change the aperture when I've come inside. Then the microphone that I use is a Rode Video Micro, it's called. Has this windsock on it, which I pretty much leave on all the time, just in case. But if you take that off, it's something like that. Like, it's not really expensive, about 50 quid or something. But obviously you guys can be the judge of how good the quality is. It's pretty decent for the price, especially when this is on. This does a bloody brilliant job at keeping the wind out. So, and then it's mounted on like a shock mount that comes with it. So it doesn't you don't get all the crackling noises when you're moving the camera around and that kind of thing. And then this is how I wire it up, but you just clip that in there and it keeps it all nice and compact straight into the camera. And that's pretty much it. Like, that is the day-to-day setup, if you like. It is small. If I put my hand next to it, you know, it's I've got quite big hands, but still, it is a small little setup. But you still get the good quality, and that's the main thing. Could just do the whole thing on my phone, but it's nice to have this. But yeah, so I've done that first, so now I can switch back to that and show you everything else. Alright, the next piece is my photo tripod, which is a Manfrotto something or other. I'm not sure what the exact model is. I think it was about 80 quid or something when I bought it. I've had this ages now. It's not great, but it does the job. It's nice and small, so you know, you can strap it to your pack or whatever. I'm showing this now because I'm going to stick this camera on it so I don't have to hold it for everything. But yeah, so that's the photo tripod, and then I have a video one as well, which I'll show you in a minute. Alright, we'll go through the photography stuff first. So the main camera that I use for photos is a Nikon D7100. This is what I use sort of professionally for work, because obviously I am a photographer. That's what I do as a job. But in the industry, crop sensor cameras aren't considered professional for some reason, but that doesn't really bother me. So my whole setup is crop. I'm not going to start getting into all of that, but for me it works perfectly fine. So I've got absolutely no problems with it. And I mean, you'll see, obviously, if you follow my Instagram, you see the pictures I put on there and stuff. This is all, obviously, this is the only equipment I've got with me. So yeah, it's either taken on this or sometimes I do it on that camera as well. It just depends where I am. If I want like a mega wide shot, I'll take it on this one because then it's already got the fisheye on it, but everything else is on this. One of the main reasons as well that I love this camera, I won't get into the nightclub side of it because I'm probably not interested in that, but it does has dual SD card slots. Obviously one's in the laptop right now, but that just streamlines the whole operation because I have photo on one, video on the other, and it's just so much quicker then. You're not messing around with like CF cards or whatever, which, you know, if you've got a reader, fine, but it's just easier for me. I pull all my things are SD cards, so I just pull them all out straight in the laptop, and it just smooths the whole process. I have a battery grip on it as well, just obviously for the extra. You get dual battery then, but it also, because my hands are quite big, combined with the wrist strap, it just fits my hands a lot better. You see this is worn out to smithereens, this isn't a new one. But that's because I use this camera a hell of a lot. It's honestly, it's a really good camera, this is. For anyone. You can get professional results with this as long as you sort of practice and you know what you're doing. You can't really go wrong with it then, to be honest. And the lens that's on it right now is a Tokina 100mm. It's a 2.8, it's a macro lens. But it also works really good for when I'm doing the video. If you want to sort of isolate something, or you need to look a bit further down, you need a bit more range, then it comes in handy. But that's a cracking lens, that is, and it's not expensive either. I think mine was about 400 quid. Yeah, brilliant lens, that is. Really good, and macro as well. I've done some macro work with it and it's fantastic for that. I use, with that lenses wise, my main sort of favourite lens is this one. It's a bit worn out because I use it a lot. This is the Sigma 18 to 35 1.8. Now, in my opinion, this is the best lens that you can buy for a crop sensor camera. This is just for crop, it's made specifically. But that, you get the 1.8 and it's a zoom, and this lens, it's fantastic. It was quite pricey when I bought it. I think I paid about 800 quid, but I know they've come down a little bit now. You can pick them up cheaper. I think they've also brought out a 50 to 100 1.8 as well, which will probably be something I'll invest in the future maybe, but for now this is fantastic, this is. And to be honest, if this ever broke, I'd buy another one without even thinking about it. I think you can pick them up now for about 550, 600, but that's definitely the one to get. Next up, if I want some more range, I have this. It's not a brilliant lens. It's an all manual. It's quite an old one. Yeah, it's a Sun Zoom 80 to 240. So it's not a great lens. It's not that sharp. But when you need that extra range, it does come in handy to have. I don't use it that often. Normally when I use it, it's doing video. And I'll put the tripod plate on here, have that on the tripod. But you know, it's good to have that reach if you need it, and because it's on a crop, it's actually a lot longer. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but what is it? 240, so 360. It's actually 360mm, so it does give you quite a good bit of range. But yeah, I don't use it that often, but when I do, it's good. I've got one more lens with me. Again, don't use it that often, but it's just the 50mm 1.8, the Nikon one. This is sort of the standard lens, isn't it, pretty much for everyone, but it does work well, especially for video, because you get that nice 1.8 and you're actually running about 75mm with the crop factor. So yeah, it is a good little lens, but that's pretty much it. I have a 35mm like this in the cupboard, just spare in case I break this, just so I have that 35mm range. But I'd say it's in the cupboard. I rarely use it because, you know, I've got that, so what's the point? But that is pretty much, that's the camera stuff, that is all of it. And obviously this camera that you're looking at right now. So the video tripod that I use, oh, it's this big old beauty. Oh, all in that. It is a Velbon upside down. Oh. Yeah, so the video tripod is a Velbon DV7000. This thing is, it's heavy. Like, I wouldn't take this if I was hiking or something because it's ridiculous. But it's very stable because obviously my camera's quite heavy. But the reason this is good is because the head is oil filled, so you just adjust these little bits here, then you get nice smooth video movement. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's a professional tripod. You know, you can get brilliant results with this. You get them lovely smooth panning shots. But you need a good heavy solid tripod when you're doing video. Photo is a bit different because you can wait for the camera to stabilise, can't you? And then take the picture or do it on a timer. But for video, obviously, because it's rolling, it needs to be a good sturdy platform. So that's why I use that. So next up, something that you guys haven't seen on this trip yet, but you will be seeing it at some point, is the drone, which is this guy. So it's a DJI Phantom 2, so it is quite old, and it has the gimbal mount for the GoPro. So I know the newer models of these, they have built-in cameras, don't they? I think is it from the Phantom 3 onwards that they come with the built-in camera. But this one you have to sort of buy this gimbal for it and buy this mount, and then your GoPro plugs into there, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because it takes right up to Hero 4 Black. I'll show you the GoPro in a minute, but yeah, it takes a Hero 4. I'm not sure about Hero 3 because I've never had one, but then you get the quality of the GoPro, so you can actually record in 4K with this drone, so you sort of get the best of everything then. I am a bit scared of it because it has flown away on me once, which, you know, old technology, isn't it? But that's why I'm reluctant to get it out sometimes. But yeah, so you will be seeing this at some point soon, I imagine, once I get somewhere where there's not too many people. All places I can crash it. But yeah, that's going to be one for in a few weeks' time, I imagine. So microphone wise, obviously we've got the Rode on this camera, which you're listening to now, and then my lav mic that I use for other things is it's an Aputure A-Lav. It's a complete little unit, comes with a windsock and everything. It's brilliant. This is. It wasn't expensive. There's the mic itself, and I use this one a lot when I'm recording my guitar. But you just pop that on there. You can clip it on yourself, or you know, whatever you're doing. And it's just a good option rather than having the mic on your camera. But it depends what you're doing. Depends what you want. The battery, you sort of recharge this thing. It's never ran down on me yet, but I think it lasts flipping ages. You just plug the little USB thing in the bottom there, and then that's it. So it's a good little setup. I think this was about 35 quid or something. It's just good to have. I've used it a few times already. I say I use it for all the music. So next up, we've got the GoPro system. I use this a lot. This is a brilliant little camera. I've got the Hero 4 Silver, so it has the screen on the back, little touch screen. It just makes things a bit speedier. But yeah, I use that. All the time lapses you see are pretty much all on this. I can just put it in the cab or wherever, and get the shots where I don't need to touch it And then obviously I've got all the mounts. I've got a staff here, water mount. I use this little mini tripod quite a lot, you know, if you're doing time lapses or whatever. You've got the head mount there, so it can go on your forehead. Use that when I was doing the toilet. Got the chest mount here, so used that when I was doing the bike shot. It's just out of the way then. Obviously all the sticky mounts and various connections and whatever. But I tell you, the best mount, suction cup mount there. I've not really used that yet, but I imagine I will at some point. The best mount I've found so far isn't even a GoPro mount. It's one of these. So this is, I use this when I'm at work to clip my flashes onto stuff. I'm shooting like DJs and whatever. But this is literally like £6 on eBay for a pair. Oh, it's just like a big clamp, really strong clamp with rubber jaws on it. And then it just has a normal tripod mount on top. So I usually leave the tripod mount here on the GoPro case and pop that on there, and that is my normal setup for everything. And you just clip it wherever you fancy then. It's just so much easier than messing around. And this thing's strong, like this all. I have my flashes on these, which I do have with me. I don't really know why, because I'm not going to need them, but these can take a lot of weight. They're so cheap. They're not branded or anything. They're just random ones. I'm sure you can get them anywhere. I think I typed in Speedlight clamp or something like that. And yeah, so that is the whole GoPro setup, pretty much. In fact, that is all of my stuff. Yeah, that's everything. Obviously, like chargers, cables, all of that kind of thing. I'm not going to show you that because there's no point. But I've got, you know, at least 2 batteries for every camera. And when one of them's in use, the other one's always on charge. Like the other battery for this camera now is on charge over here. That's pretty much everything. I mean, it seems like quite a lot, but it's really not, to be honest. When you think I'm trying to make these, I mean, they are high quality when I make them, but by the time you see them, they're compressed a little bit. But for one man trying to film day-to-day life, it's, you know, but be prepared for everything. You know, one day I'm like, so the reason I'm doing this video as well today is because yesterday I did pretty much nothing. I just did laundry, and then I was talking to my new friend for a while, and just chilled all day really. But you know, tomorrow or possibly even today, I might be going up one of these mountains. So you got to have the versatility in your equipment to be able to carry on filming whatever you're doing. So obviously, when I'm, you know, if I'm climbing or something, I'm not going to be wanting to hold this camera. I'm going to want this on my head or something out of the way, you know. So you just got to think about that. But and then the last, the last piece, even though I told you what it was, is the phone, which is just a Galaxy S8. The reason I use this, the camera is absolutely brilliant on it. That's the main reason I bought it. And it also has slow-mo, like really good slow-mo. Like when I did that intro the other day with the butterfly and stuff going off, that was done on the phone. Obviously it's less, you can't do as much with it because you can't shoot it in a flat profile, but it does the job and it does good slow-mo. So this only does 60 FPS, which is crap, whereas that does 220, I believe, and none of my other cameras, they all do 60. So I think you can do 120 on this, but it's 720p, I believe. I'm not sure, I'll have to double check that. That might be the black, I don't know. Yeah, so now you know, one more thing, because all of this would be irrelevant if I didn't have something to put it on. So this is the powerhouse that is making all of these videos, and it is a big old beauty. It's a bit ridiculous. It's a Alienware M17X. It's a couple of years old now, but it still works good. It's just very power hungry. I don't really need it to be honest. But it's nice to have the extra oomph. I'd sooner have something smaller, to be honest, like this, because of how sort of powerful it is. You know, all the fan system and everything on the bottom. Like, you can't just put it on your lap because it will melt itself. So I always have to have it on the table or rest it on my knees and have the air gap in the middle. It's a bit of a ball ache. But I wasn't going to be buying a new laptop when I'm already on a tight budget anyway, so this guy had to come. It does make things quicker, to be fair, but like exporting times and everything, because it's quite high spec. But yeah, that's a bit overkill. But that is pretty much everything, I think. That is all of the tech stuff. So hopefully people that are interested, it's been useful. If you're not interested in this stuff, I apologise, but if you've lasted through the whole video, then you probably are interested a little bit. So the normal video, the travel videos, will resume tomorrow. There's no point putting one on for today or for yesterday, because I just didn't do anything, didn't film anything. I filmed the laundry a little bit, but you don't just want to see me doing that, do you? So yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys tomorrow.